Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am not going to go through the entire intro. I want to get directly to the video today because I need to get this out of my head, off of my chest, and onto video so that I can upload it for all of you. But let me start by saying I am feeling better. I was not able to post last week because I've been a little bit under the weather, but I am feeling better and well enough to actually record this video. So let's just get to it. I'm going to move this over because with paper and candles, fire, a little scary. Okay, so let's start with, is this correct? Is this true? Yes. Yes, we are back in debt. However, it is not the end of the world. We have a plan. We knew this was going to happen simply because we had a car that we leased back in January of 2020, and that's a month before the world shut down. My car literally stayed in the garage for a year and a half. So there are a lot of benefits to keeping the car. Most importantly, I want to share that the car, when we purchased it in January of 2020, it was unexpected and we needed to get a car quickly. And we were not ready to finance at the time because we had other financial priorities. So we decided at that time to go into a lease. It is my first time leasing a vehicle, and I will say I will never do it again, but I did it once. It served its purpose at the time that we had to do it, but I will never do it again. Our cars previously were all financed, but we're living in a different world today. So I did lease the vehicle, and that lease matured at the end of January of this year. So I needed to figure out what I was going to do. And my options were either lease it through the leasing company of the car dealer that I purchased it from, or find my own financial institution, either through a bank or another form of a loan, or my last resort was my credit union. And I shopped all of those options because I wanted to see what was the best offer for us based on our goals, based on our financial goals and aspirations and our debt payoff. I needed to do the homework of making sure that I checked all of our different avenues. And for the moment, just because I had been ill and I lost about 2 weeks in that whole process, I needed to act even quicker. And that resulted in us going through my credit union. However, credit unions are amazing. So if you have access to a credit union, I strongly encourage you to look at them first because they most often offer you the lowest rates, the lowest interest rates. And I found that to be 100% true. I checked with our bank account. I checked with our high yield savings bank. I checked with the car dealer financing department. I looked high and low for the best loan that would come back with the lowest interest rate, and the credit union kept staying at number one. So we ended up going with the credit union, and I knew when I leased the vehicle that I wanted to purchase it because I am not one to bounce around in cars. So I knew right from the gate that I wanted to purchase the vehicle for a lot of reasons, but most importantly, I did not drive that car for a year and a half. So the miles are amazing on the car. It's practically brand new. Another reason why was because I did not want to start from scratch. The market is insane, not just for homes, but the car buying industry is also racking up interest rates and making it almost impossible for people to own a vehicle. They're really pushing this lease mindset, and that's just not the life I want to live. I don't want to be cycling a new car every 3 to 4 years. I want my money to work for me. So financing is what makes best sense for us as a family. So we knew that we were going to finance this car eventually once the lease matured. So here we are at the place where our lease has matured. And now what? So we went with our credit union. And our credit union came in with the least amount of interest against 4 other institutions that I searched. So let's get to it. Let me show you the real debt. Let me show you the real numbers and what our current situation is versus what I am looking to do. What is my next step to pay off this debt even faster? So interest rates is an issue, but there is a way out if you are smart and if you have control and you have discipline. I am going to explain to you guys what we're going to do to get out of this debt even faster, paying 0% interest. So let's just get to it. Here is our actual debt. This includes the amount that, this includes taxes and fees. So this is the total amount. Let me grab my pen to point as my pointer. So this is the total amount that we owe on the loan, right? This is the full loan amount, which is inclusive of fees and taxes. With our credit union, we were able to lock in a 7.76% interest rate. You guys may be thinking, wow, that's pretty high. They do offer 0 APRs, but that's if you purchase a new vehicle. Again, remember, I did not want to purchase a new vehicle. I did not want to start from the very beginning. I was just not going, I had 0 interest in doing that. So for me, my option was financing and taking out a loan. So we put in a loan for $19,588.84. Our monthly payment is $396.19. The term of the loan is 60 months. That's just what they were offering. I said fine because I already have a plan B. I needed something to get us out of the lease and got me out of paying rent on my car, because once your lease has matured, you're basically paying for rent on the car. Those payments are not going towards the overall value of the vehicle or the overall residual amount that you owe. It's really just going to the dealer or your financial institution, and you're basically renting the vehicle until you can actually get a loan to put towards whatever amount you owe. And so all of this I am learning because I've never ever leased a car before, and let alone purchase a car. I didn't do a lease to buy. So this was all brand new and I had huge learning curves, let me tell you. It didn't help that I was sick and I was trying to just muscle through all of this while being in bed, but here we are. So locked in a rate of 7.76, and the interest rate for this, if once we pay off the amount, as you can see here, with the accrued interest for the month, brings our total loan value of $19,601.30. So it quickly jumps from $19,588 to $19,601.30. Here is our actual debt. So let me show you what that looks like in both interest and in monthly payments. So here is our car loan for at 7.7% interest rate. I wanted to bring you something to show you how much we will be paying just in interest at this ridiculous rate of 7.76. There's so much I want to say about this, but I'm not. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm not going to go there. All right. So what I did was as you guys know, I like to round up. So I took our loan amount, our base loan amount of $19,588, and I rounded it up to $19,600 as our loan. 60-month term at 7.76 interest rate. If we keep this vehicle and we pay it through the credit union at 7.76 interest rate, the total interest that we will be paying on this car is $4,110.19 over the course of the 60 months. What is that, 4 years, right? I think, yeah. So, no, 5 years. That's a lot. That is a lot of money on interest, not even going towards the principal of the car. This is total interest, which brings our loan to an insane $23,710. This is what the life of the loan will look like, including the total interest that we would have to pay over the 60 months, what the loan amount, bringing us to a different grand total of $23,710. I don't know about you, but I can put these $4,000 to better use than to give it to my credit union. Just saying. So let me also show you what that looks like and what those 60 months will be. So if my first payment is February of 2024, my estimated final payment is not until January of 2029. Are you kidding me? Look at this. This is how long it would take me to pay off my car. So you can see here that this is your monthly payment, and a third of it is going towards your interest. Can you guys see the legend here? So here is the monthly payment. Here is the principal. So this is your actual loan amount, and this is how much interest you're paying. You can see that for the first year, at least, a third of our payments are going towards interest only. I'm not trying to live this life, you guys. I want to see this. I want to see more of this, and really none of this pink or coral, whatever color this is. But this is another visual way to see what your loan will cost you, what you're actually paying towards the loan. This is not just for cars. This applies to credit card loans as well. So if you have a credit card and it has a 24% interest rate, you go back and watch my avalanche and my snowball method on how to pay off credit card debt. Because if you think this is a lot, imagine what paying 23% interest is on, let's say, $10,000 loan. It's a lot. So this is another way to see visually on a graph where your car payment is going versus how much interest you're paying at the beginning. And then you can see it kind of tapers off, and that's fine. And so here is the amortization schedule. And this shows, your first payment, kind of what your principal is, your interest, and then it shows when the car will be paid off, which is January 29th. And by then I would have paid a total of $4,110, and I would not have a balance. So this is the amortization schedule. These are free calculators that I found online. If you want the name of them, let me know, and I'll be sure to share them. I can't remember. I would have to write them down and share them separately, but these are free. These calculators are free online. You can do your own numbers with whatever loan you have. You can come up with the same graphs if you have all the numbers, and with the same amortization schedule. So let's talk about a car loan with 0% interest. How am I getting a car loan at 0% interest? Well, when you pay off debt and you have when you have a really good credit score, which my husband and I both have, we always get a ton of offers of credit cards with 0% APR. What we did was we needed to get over the hump of February, because come March, that's exactly what we are going to do. I am going to put down $15,000 on a 0% APR credit card for 18 months. Let me repeat that. If you have great credit, bank credit cards will offer you 0% APRs on a credit card. I am now going to transfer my loan out of my credit union, and I'm going to pay the loan off with a credit card. I'm going to put forward $4,000 cash, and the residual $15,000 is going to go on a 0% APR credit card. And you may ask, why am I doing that? Because I want 100% of my money I want 100% of my payments to go towards the total principal of the car. I don't want to pay a third towards interest if I don't have to. And you guys may be saying, what you said, get out of credit card debt. Yes, that is true. You should be getting out of credit card debt. But I know that we are responsible. And it's okay for you, if you watch the videos that I shared with you for the avalanche and the snowball method, if you are disciplined, you have self-control, and you are responsible with your credit card, yes, it is okay to have a credit card at 0% interest. Why not? You're going to pay 100% of your payments go towards whatever your balance is on that credit card. And that is what we are doing. There are a few caveats to this, and I will share with them at the end. But let's just look at the same schedule that I provided to you at 7.6%. Let me show you what that looks like at 0% interest rate and how quickly we can pay it off. So using the same exact numbers, 19,600, 60-month loan, 0% interest. My payments, if you guys see, based on the amortization schedule, my payments here were $395.17. This is calculating payments at $326.67. Again, 60 months, but I'm trying to pay this off in 15 months. Just stay with me here. 19,600 is the loan amount. 19,600 is what I am going to pay. If I am doing a 0% interest credit card, I am not going to have 60 months to pay it off, because remember I said it's an 18-month APR, 0% APR credit card. I need to be able to pay this amount in 18 months. So if you look here, here's the schedule, the monthly payment breakdown. You can see that 100% of my payment is going towards the loan. Same amortization schedule, still paying it off in actually at the end of 2028 versus 2029 at the 7.76 interest rate following the 60-month loan agreement. Okay, so here is a different way of looking at it. If I want to pay this car off, if I want to pay this loan off in 18 months, I used a different calculator that is going to show me all of my payments for 18 months, what I need to pay towards that car, and how it's going to chip away with a 0% interest, and me paying that car off by December of 2025. So this is 18 months of me paying this car off, and you can see here that by, I guess it's by November, the car will be paid off. So this is what I mean. The loan amount balance, if you guys remember, my original loan amount was for $19,588. I'm going to make a payment of $396.19 on March 16th. This brings my balance down to about $19,300. That's why you see $19,300 here. If I have a 0% APR credit card for 18 months, I am going to divide 19,300 by 18. This is my monthly amount that I need to pay towards this credit card to make sure that I don't have any accrued interest at the end of that 18-month APR. I need to make sure that I make payments in the amount of $1,072.22. All I did was take $19,300, which is the remaining amount that I will put towards the credit card, divided by 18 months, I get this total. So you guys are saying, yeah, but your payments on the 7.76 interest rate was only $396. Yes, $396. But why do I want to pay? Why do I want to give my credit union all that extra money when I know that I can do this financially? So what is it going to cost me? My monthly car payment before was $598. This was my true monthly payment when I was leasing the vehicle. If I need to pay $1,072.22 in 18 months, I'm still going to continue to pay the $598. All I have to add in addition to this is $474.22. So I can take a 5-year loan, shrink that down, and pay it off in 18 months. Because I know my finances. I have done the budget. We can definitely pay $474.22 towards this loan or towards this credit card. And remember, I said we have 2 bonus checks coming this year, one in March and one in August. Where do you think one check of each month is going? It is going to go towards this $19,200. When my husband and I were looking at this, the original visceral decision was, let's just take the money out and let's just pay it outright. Let's just pay for it. But I thought to myself, what if we have an emergency and we need that money for whatever reason? We have far more than, the 19,000, but why are we going to be out of that money when I can get a 0% APR credit card that I've already applied for? I'm just waiting for the actual card to arrive, and I need that to be here by March so that for the March payment, I can actually pay it off. So I only need the loan for 2 months, for this month and next month, because once I get the credit card in the mail, I am going to pay this off. So I am only going to pay the 7.76% interest rate for 1 month. I'm not going to pay that for 60 months. Are you guys following me? And so I want to make sure that I highlight, though, that it's not just about getting a credit card at 0% APR. You have to know your budget. You have to know what kind of wiggle room you have in the monies that you have to be able to make this payment consistently month after month, in addition to your regular car payment. This is in addition to my normal car payment. I need to make sure that I have this extra money on hand every single month to be able to pay this total so that I can meet my agreement to pay off this loan in 18 months. This is our current situation. This is where we are. We are very comfortable with it. So yes, are we in debt? Kind of, right? Because if I had financed this car, I would still be in the same situation. I would still have to make a monthly payment. The reason why I see it as an additional debt is because of the higher interest rate. Because the interest rate that we closed to lease the vehicle was 2.9. And so most of my car payment was going towards the residual of the remaining balance of the car. Now we went from 2.9% when we leased the vehicle, jumping up to 7.6% interest rate, which is ridiculous. So we decided to go this route because it just makes the most sense for us. And for a lot of reasons, we don't have to be out of the money, out of $19,000, and we can still get a 0% APR credit and pay 100% of that in 18 months or less. So it's a win-win for us. So here are some key takeaways that if I can share with you any key takeaways that I learned through this process. Again, I've never leased a vehicle before, and I've never done a lease buyout. So these are the things that I learned that I feel like others could also learn from it. Is, as I mentioned earlier, you want to review credit scores. You want to look at your credit reports. Anything that you see for the 3 credit report companies, you want to dispute anything you can dispute, and this will also correct any of your credit ratings. Although my husband and I have amazing credit, I still found a few things in my credit report that I needed to fix. And I will tell you, I went to Experian and I did all of my disputes directly through Experian. I got an answer within a week, and my credit score went up 56 points. 56 points, my credit score went up. And I already had excellent credit. So it's worth the work of, you get one, I think you're allowed to get a copy of all 3 credit reports once a year. So check with your banks. Most of them offer the free reports, or you can go, I think it's called annual free credit. If you go to that website, just make sure it's not a spammy or a scam website. Make sure it's the legit one. And in there, you can apply for a credit report, a free credit report from every credit report company. So do that. You want to research. You want to research any 0% APR credit cards if they are going to give you enough to pay off the car, like I did. So I share this if your situation is similar to mine. If you owe, an excess amount and the only thing that you can make is your car payment, I do not suggest that you do this. This is not for you. So you want to get your loan payoff amount, your odometer statement, and grace periods. You want to see if the finance institution, if it's where you got the vehicle from, or the make of your car. If you have Toyota financing, you want to see if they offer you any grace periods, so that to buy you a little bit of time. Unfortunately, the car that we own, they did not offer any grace periods, but we made it work. So, and where you can save money, auto dealers will tell you they'll do your title, registration, taxes, and do all of that work for you. But I didn't feel like giving them $395 for them to do that. I can easily go to motor vehicles and do this myself. So this is another way that you can either save time and cost for yourself. You want to shop around. I said that earlier, for credit unions, current bank institutions. Just shop around for who is going to give you the least amount of interest. You also want to go, if you are going to go the credit card route like I did, here's an important takeaway. You want to make sure that there are no prepayment penalties with that institution. And credit unions most often don't have any prepayment penalties, but there are a lot of institutions that do. Why? Because they want your interest. They want your money. So please, if you are going to go down the route of what I did, confirm first that there are no prepayment penalties. You want to check your warranties on your car, extend those warranties if and when you can. Any gap insurance, I did not purchase gap insurance through my credit union because my car insurance already has it. So my particular car insurance does. So look into that as well. They may want to offer you payment protection plans. That's in the event that you can't make the payment. You're paying a little bit more towards the payment protection plan, and they're able to cover 1 or 2 payments if you get laid off, if you get sick, etc. So again, these are personal choices, decisions based on your financial situations, but these are key takeaways for you to keep in mind. And most importantly, give yourself time. If you are trying to get out of a lease and you want to do a buyout, give yourself time. So you need a solid month to be able to get all of these steps ironed out, especially these first 5. You want to make sure that you have done the research and you can work with different loan agents at different institutions to get you the best interest rate. So that is all that I have for you. That is our debt story as of right now. And am I comfortable with it? Yes, I am 100% comfortable with the debt that we have because I know our financial situation. And this is why I always share that it's important that you know your budget. It's important that you know where you are so that you can know where you're going. That is it. This is my debt story. This is where we are right now. If this video has helped you in any way, If you want any of the links or any of the websites that I used for the schedules and the calculators, send me a message. I'll be more than happy to share that. But I'm happy. I'm happy with the final decisions that we made and where we are. And I am even happier to get rid of this car loan. That is all that I have for you. I hope you are healthy and safe. And until next Sunday, adios.